Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Lee Gerstmann and I have another record review for you. I have to give a how you doing buddy to Devin Dungan. He had suggested that I do an album by Eric Clapton called Journeyman. Well, I was a fan of Eric Clapton ever since I was about 3 years old and I heard him in Cream. And then I liked some of his solo stuff even though some of his solo stuff was a little bit spotty. But overall, I really liked him. And I was able to see him in the concert Ronnie Lane Appeal to Arms in San Francisco. So I really was happy that I was able to do that. So this particular album, Journeyman, it's an interesting album because it's sort of like more of a return to some of his heavier stuff that maybe he was not doing quite as much a few years back. Well, I had the album when it first came out, and I haven't heard it in a long time, so I decided to listen to it again. So this will be my feelings about what I think of it now. Anyway, the first song, Pretending, it's a little too stiff for my taste. At the time it came out, it was considered to be a return to form, but I don't like the squeaky clean production. But I do admit it's better than a lot of the previous stuff he did. And then Anything for Your Love, this song I like better. The production matches the song style and the song is pretty interesting too. And then Bad Love, now this is a hot song. It sounds like a revamped version of The Firm. This should have been the first song on the album. And then Running on Faith, I don't care for this song. It's typical of an Eric Clapton ballad. Perhaps if the band did it on Music for Big Pink, it would have worked. But here, the only reason I heard the whole song was to review it. And I counted the seconds before it was over. And then Hard Times. This is good, but I don't like it in context with this album. I would prefer it on a Tony Bennett album with Tony Bennett singing it. And then Hound Dog. I like this version of the song a lot. He makes it fresh and new, really cool. Perhaps one of the best songs on here. And then No Alibis. This makes Michael Bolton sound like Megadeth. I really dislike this song. Complete waste to me. And then Run So Far. This sounds kind of like an old George Harrison tune. It's okay. It's a deep cut, but I can dig it. And then Old Love. This is a decent song. As a ballad, I prefer stuff like this. Actually, it's probably the best song on the album. And then Breaking Point. If it was just a bit less slick, I could hear it on a Paul Carrack album. But the production ruins it for me. I don't care for it. And then Lead Me On. This is okay. It would have been good on Eagles Hotel California. It's better than most of the songs on that album. And then Before You Accuse Me. It's competent. Not earth-shattering by any means, but I can handle it. It's not too bad. So yeah, thank you, Devin, for suggesting that I review this album. After hearing it again, I will say it still holds up, and it's probably one of his better solo albums. So, that's been my review. Okay, take care everyone. Cheers.